Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm back today with the Andrew readings. Now, the direction that these readings take today will depend on the cards. When I done my initial tap in at the beginning of my readings and asked Spirit what I'm to read on this week, it did say I can read on the Andrew and continue that series with the Royals, but it also said Meghan and Harry. But I feel like I left the last reading on a space where I should have delved a little bit deeper, because there was the card of, was it the fatality card and the tower, or the tower and the death card in the tarot? So the tarot, tower and death card came out as the last pull, and I probably should have delved a little bit deeper there, but I was at the very end of the reading, so the energy was gone. So whether I continue on and see if I can tap back into that energy and get in. So yeah, we'll see where the cards want to take us today around the Andrew stuff, what's coming up around him, or whether we're taking a look at implications around, or energy wise around Meghan and Harry. So they're coming, whether I do them today or whether I delve a little bit deeper, if I can get in around that fall card that came out. It's called the fall, and the death card that came out. So in the tarot, but death card, as you know, in tarot means change, but may not mean that at all. And I don't know if it was the 10 of Swords being the Vitality card, or if it was the Death card. I can't really remember, but I know it was a cliffhanger of a final reading. It was, very juicy information that was coming out in that reading. So I'm going to continue on with my Stardust Tarot today. The Stardust Shadows Tarot is great for looking into the dirt and looking into that kind of hidden information, that secret world that they all live in, and what's going on there, and try to uncover some of those things. This is all alleged. It's card reading. There's no facts here. It's entertainment purposes only. Keeping this light and breezy today. Keeping this energy in discernment. Use your own judgment, and just entertainment purposes only. So it is the Royals. It is the scandals, and we're going to see where the cards take us today. I'm also going to be maybe using my forecast oracle to see what it has to say, and maybe even the governance oracle, because it's great for world leaders. It's great for people in elite positions. So we'll see what it has to say as well. Okay, let's get into this reading. So now let's see if we can get the cards to distinguish where we're going with this reading today. Okay, are we moving on from that last reading where we got the Fall card? Backing away. So people backing away, leverage. Let's see where we're going. The energy right now feels I have a great connection. So spiritually, my connection is very strong, but the clarity of the information is weakened or compromised because I don't have a clear direction. That's what they're telling me. So first of all, if I give you a clear direction, tell me about the card that came up. That was the Fall card, which is the Tower in the tarot, and the Death card in the tarot. Could have been this, or could have also been the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Swords Fatality card. But that was the energy that I finished on the last reading. Okay, corrupted information, bad choices. Yeah, this is Andrew reading it. It came up a lot in around Andrew's energy, so we'll call this one Andrew. This card, we're calling this card Andrew. He's made some bad choices over the years. Not in his mind. In his mind, they weren't bad choices. Okay, trying to make improvements to the situations, because what I was picking up on energy there was in the eyes of the monarchy, they were bad choices. So they're trying to improve the situation and make it better. That's why the distancing. Okay, I know where I'm going with this reading now. I've got some clarity here. So that will make the card that's reprimand exactly where we're going. So the cards, they've got clarity now, they've got direction, and they're happy. But the reprimand is, now that Andrew has been stripped of titles, will he be reprimanded for his involvement or complicity in certain things? So this is where I'm taking this reading today. Okay, what do you want to say about that? High ranking. Okay, high ranking. What I'm getting out of this card, energy wise, is he was in a position, he was ranked compared to the average person. He was high ranking. He was a high ranking person of the monarchy, of the royal family. That's pretty big. That is big energy. So he's definitely a high ranking score for that circle of corruption and intrigue, blackmail. These are all the words that are coming in. So he was a good get. But high ranking, is there ranks within that circle, within that organisation? Battery change there. Let's get back into the energies here. Where was I? I'll pull in some good information then too. Okay. High ranking. Does the whole system run of your level of trust within that organisation? Is it kind of ranked? Do you get to a certain degree or a certain position of power within that structure or organisation? Yeah, you're valued. Valued. You are a valued client. You are a valuable member of that organisation. We're talking Andrew here. So not only was he, when we look at him from a perspective, a commoner perspective, I'm from Australia, so like a commoner perspective, we're looking at the royal family. I know a lot of you don't look at the royals like that, and that's okay. I'm just thinking of the energy of Andrew in his entitlement world. So his position of how he believes he's not like the commoners. He's in a position of I can do what I want because of my title, my status. Now that status has been removed. So my question here with this reading today is, will he be held accountable or reprimanded because his status is now removed? These cards are showing that in his mind, well, not even in his mind, he was a high-ranking member of that group. So whether that means because he was a part of the monarchy, he was considered a high get or a high member, or whether he was valuable to them for other reasons. This is the click that I'm getting of yes. Yes. He was a valuable member of that organisation because of who he was, because of his connections, because of the monarchy. Where are we going with this? Time is up. So it's an enterprise, an organisation. Yeah, exactly what we've been saying, exactly the words that are coming through. So yeah, he was a valuable, high-ranked member of that organisation. So when we are being told that he's been asked to go to Congress and give information on Epstein, well, you're not going to want to hurt yourself, are you? So I think he's probably not even afraid of dishonesty. So just let the cards, as I'm talking, just let the cards correct me if I'm wrong, but also lead me to where we need to go next. Okay, indebted. So he's indebted in some way. So this is interesting. What does this mean? So he is indebted. We've got the 6 of coins here. So not only was he a valuable member or high-ranking member, whether he was considered a valuable member of this organization or this group, whether as a customer or as a staffer, he was valuable, but he was indebted. He was indebted in a way. So what did he have to do? No idea where this is going. What did he have to do to kind of pay his debts? Execute. The Knight of Swords. So there were certain things that he had to execute. Take that however you will. To pay for his many services that he engaged in. So he was a valuable member of that community, a valuable member of that organisation. That's what it said. all entertainment purposes only. It's card reading. It's a bit of fun. It's all alleged. But we're seeing lots of nice, juicy stuff coming out today. You can always trust that Stardust Oracle to bring out the juicy parts. But we're seeing information here behind the scenes that we would never see in any other way. So we're looking at how he was ranked, how valuable he was within that organization. I'm reading over the cards on the screen now. But he was indebted. He was definitely so caught up in patronage, is what I'm hearing. He was indebted. So he had to do certain things, execute certain things in order to continue receiving these services. Some of them got pretty sinister, dark motives or dark things that were either done or requested in foreign lands, so taking place outside of his, okay, interesting. Foreign lands, vulnerable people, foreign lands. Okay, interesting energy that's coming out of this. Foreign lands means other countries. Now, Epstein being American, Andrew being English from the UK, that's foreign land. So what I'm getting at, was there a level of high ranking in different countries? But we have vulnerable people, dark motives, dark or sinister situations around vulnerable people. The vulnerable is the page, so I'm not going to read too much into that. Please read between the lines there. Vulnerable people, sinister things, execution. Oh, another one of those, it says execute, being this Knight of Swords, being the king gives the orders for the Knight of Swords to go and execute certain things. Okay, that's what that card means. Sometimes Spirit will throw little words out here accidentally. I'm going to leave it in because it may be important, but it may not. Now, when I was talking about the Knight of Swords taking the orders from the king, because we have a knight and a king on the table, but we also have how it's like this whole organization could be different rankings in different countries because we've got the world card there as well. So my thoughts that came through then was we have a knight, a king, and a page on the table. Not that that means anything. The Page of Cups is about vulnerable people. The Knight of Swords energy I'm getting as Andrew. There's a little ant that's walking around here as well. And we're just going to let that little ant do its thing. It might be directed to Spirit to lead to a certain card. Who knows? But at the moment, it was pointing over to that king card, the high ranking. High ranking, and it says king. I'm feeling more Andrew, the knight, or the king. Doesn't strike me as someone that would like to take orders. But in this scenario, I'm feeling he had to do certain things because he was indebted. Even though he was highly ranked, so he could very well be both. He was valuable to the organization. Okay, so a couple of things going on here. I'm going to start a new fresh spread then. So we've got betrayal going on. So definitely, okay, he feels betrayed. That is the exact questioning that I'm going next. Does he feel betrayed because he's the one that's taking a fall here? Remember this reading we brought in through that fall card. So he was the one, and we're going deeper with the fall. So he was the one that's taking the fall here. He feels betrayed. What will be his actions for how he's feeling? So is it going to be, am I going to disappear and not be seen, or am I going to take people down? But there's a betrayal energy here. So he feels targeted. He feels targeted. He's being attacked. He's had his titles removed, his status, and that's the most important thing to him, his status, how he's seen by other people, not that he cares about how the common people think, but it's for him, it's such an important part of his personality is his status, his entitlement, and that's been removed. So he feels betrayed, he feels targeted. So what will be, let's pull the next one, what will be the result of, what will he do next because of those feelings, the targeted betrayal feelings? What will he do next? Okay, so we've got the Fool card. So this is definitely the energy of where we're going. So he's taken the fall. But where's he going to go with this? Is he going to influence anybody else? Exhaustion, tired. We have got the King of Wands. So a different king, different higher up person of power. Trapped. Here we've got trapped and handpicked. So trapped. Okay, just trying to be clear with this energy that's coming through. It's coming through in a different way than the other information did. So I need to see what they're trying to say to me here. Okay, let's tap into the energy of this. So the question was, if he's felt targeted and trapped, what will he trapped? No, he feels targeted and betrayed. Trapped. That's also a jail card too. The main questions I had for this reading is, will he face accountability? Will he be in jail? Not. Sitting next to not. That was one of the main questions I had for this reading. Not. Just trying to check into this energy of where that's going. So the accountability is no. The fall for him is his status, his entitlements. What's this king mean? Let's validate this a little bit more. Tell me what this king means. Producer, the king. What does this mean? Keeping in mind those two questions, what will he do next because of the energy around feeling betrayed? Ooh, striking back. We've got the snake. A dangerous situation. He becomes a dangerous person because of what he knows, because of his high rank, because of he knows valuable information within the organization. They're asking him to testify in Congress. Am I saying that right? So he's a dangerous person to other high-ranking people. So where he had the other high-ranking cards, there's other kings, high-ranking people. We'll call it. So I'm not talking about the king of the UK or the monarchy. I'm talking about other high-ranking people. That's what that card means. Has he warned somebody? Has he put out a warning? Strategies playing. Okay, so there's some strategic moves that he's got. Strategy moves. Now, what's that little ant doing? It's looking at the fall. It's focusing on the fall there. So the tower, the fall. He's been stripped of his titles. He's taking a fall, but he's being very strategic about the things that he's doing. Maybe he's a dangerous person because of the information that he knows for other high-ranking people. So people are disassociating from him, which he doesn't like. So then he has to think, what is he going to do now? And we've got this card here, which taking and looking at the image. What will he do next? Okay, so judgment, facing judgment. Something stupid, naive, foolish, I should say. That's the word, not stupid. Something foolish, taking an opportunity, the 7 of Cups, and either something that was caught on camera, evidence, photographic evidence or video evidence. Will there be reckoning for what's been caught on camera? And I'm getting not only him, but other people. Does he have some coming back into the energy around in inner circle, outer circle? Does he have certain information now that he's been banished out of the inner circle? He's then on the outside of the circle, which means no protection. But then is he free then to divulge information there? So what? Tell me if I'm on the right direction. Tell me if I'm completely wrong. I need to clear the spread. Yeah, they're just trying to get a better perspective of this, improve the situation, make things look better than what they are. They're trying to clean up the way things look. Okay, I'm clearing the spread here. Change cards out for a second because it did say not for accountability. But also with the information they want him to divulge doesn't mean he's going to divulge that information. So I thought maybe because we had the card of feeling betrayed that he may do that. And we have the black snake too. The black snake is taking a strike and a warning. So has he issued a warning? Is he shifting his alliances? Yeah, shifting. He's shifting dynamics, shifting his alliances around the information that he's withholding, providing intervention. I think he is. He is maybe in the background feels betrayed because certain people aren't looking after him or protecting him, or he's out of that inner circle of protection. So feels betrayed by that. So he's maybe issued a warning. I wonder if someone has issued a warning to him. Withhold that information. So with him being asked to go to Congress, I think he was, to give information about about Epstein, maybe he's been issued the warning about information that he knows, and he's been told, do not provide that information. Where he's sitting is he's thinking about shifting alliances or shifting dynamics because he's not getting that protection that he was getting, the assurances. No one's prevented him from being stripped of titles. So he's sitting in this position of, well, you're not helping me, so why should I help you? But yeah, so that may be why we're seeing those cards come up that came up in that last reading at the end. Anything else you want to say about that? How are we doing for time? Perfect. Okay, let's change cards. Final pull for this one. I hope that I've answered those two main questions that I had. One being, okay, because he's sitting in this shifting energy. That's why. That's what it is. So the two main questions I have is, will he be held accountable? It did say not, but will he divulge information? There's some sinister information too. But he's sitting in this shifting energy of, like, come to my, who's aligned to me. Where am I alliances here. Where do my alliances sit is what I'm getting around him. Okay, final pull, what's coming up for him? Alliances again. Trying to hang on to his alliances. Unprepared, not ready for what's coming. What is coming? It's a big one. Okay, so a payoff from the organisation. Coming is a payoff from the organisation. So you don't divulge that information. Interesting. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I do appreciate all those likes and subscribes, and I do appreciate all your comments as well. So let me know what you think. Let me know which direction I should go with this next. And if you're one of those people that are watching my content but haven't subscribed, because there's 50% of people that watch my content that have not subscribed, just hit that subscribe button. It's free. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you again on the next reading.